I been missing out the walk with the mint. I been building up the blocks like a me. Elliot got water dripping out the ceiling. Oh my God, boy he got a Glock. Oh my God, boy that boy on top. Sipping walk, make my heart stop. All these hoes, yeah my love my thigh. Yo, all let go, put her on roll, put that whole payroll, put that whole on go. Yeah she like to go, yeah she love to blow. Get that dick so like a snow cone. Yo, get that bag, show 'em how to ball. I'm in the mall, yeah I'm saying. Give me a minute, yeah, I need a minute, I'm in a minute, I'm in a minute, I'm gonna tell you, hey, Cardi B and Pippin, Cardi B and kick the shit, yeah, give me a minute, yeah.
Hey, what good, y'all? It's your boy DGE, Dolphin Gang Entertainment. Appreciate y'all, love y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Help me get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. Today we don't got a lot of topics on the Dolphins. We don't, the draft coming up. I think this week, right? I think it's this week. Hold on, let me check to make sure. NFL Draft 2025.
The 2025 NFL Draft will start on Thursday, April
Next
24th,
week.
2025, and will end on Saturday, April 26th, 2025.
Okay, so I will be live these days. I'm probably gonna have to get Friday off. Probably gonna have to get Friday and Saturday off. I gotta make sure I'm off on those days so I could live stream the whole time. Each pick. I'm trying to be here for each pick, man. So y'all stay tuned for that. We'll definitely be live covering all the draft picks. Y'all know I'm gonna be here for that. Y'all know that, man. But hey, y'all go get that merch at dgemerchandise.com. I would definitely appreciate it. Anything will help. I got one of the tanks on right now. Just some classic to go to the gym with. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy, man. But first thing I wanted to cover today was the passing of Kyren Lacy, man. For those who don't know, this is the receiver that crashed out. He ended up killing somebody in a car accident. And I guess police were looking for him, and then he just ended up committing suicide right then and there. Right then and there, man. I think the NIL is the cause of this. NIL. We giving these kids this money too early, way too early. Way too early. And they crashing out with the whips that they getting. They don't know what to do with the money. Now they killing themselves. So we definitely got to control that NIL and how these kids are using them, because I think it's affecting their daily lives as well. How social media is. A lot of people are bashing Kyren Lacy. He was supposed to be a first round pick until he did what he did. Now he was considered like a fifth or a sixth round pick. He was just at the pro day, running perfectly fine. Now he gone, man. Now he gone. But hey, we're gonna show respect to Kyren Lacy. No player deserves this right here. No player. So rest in peace. Prayers out to his family. Condolences, man. Condolences.
Have seen it. The big story tonight, you most likely have seen it pretty much everywhere. Former LSU football player and NFL prospect Kyren Lacy is dead at just 24 years old.
24. Crazy.
At 5:30, I'm Dion Guillory. A family member tells us Lacy was in Houston when he died. Riley Kramer joins us now with reaction to this developing story. And Riley, what are people telling you tonight?
Yeah, Dion, Kyren Lacy was expected to be drafted into the NFL just a few weeks from now.
Crazy.
But before that, possible new developments in a case against him. A grand jury was set to start hearing evidence tomorrow morning in the case against Lacy for...
Oh, that's the car accident right there. That's the car accident. And I think the person that died was in the Army or something like that, in the Navy.
hit-and-run crash in Lafourche Parish that left a 78-year-old veteran dead. Sources say Lacy died by suicide. Lacy's lawyer released a statement saying, "This is far from over. We will be demanding a full and transparent review of how this investigation was conducted and why." He added that those responsible for this will be held accountable. His father is encouraging parents on Facebook to check in with their kids and make sure the signs of mental health struggles don't go unnoticed.
Yeah, that's real, man.
Man, I'm lost.
That's real right here. I got Boozy. He gonna talk about this situation. Let's check out what he said.
Hey, I want to give some encouraging words to Thibodeau, man. I'm lost for words too. Death of Kyren Lacy, man. I'm lost for words too, bro. You know, I was hoping to meet him at the concert and give him some encouraging words, bro. I want to let y'all know, man. Y'all, man, keep y'all head up. City of Thibodeau, man. I'm coming out there and turn up for y'all, and it's a sad day, bro. You know, I'm supposed to be talking to this dude, but I want y'all to keep y'all head up. Prayers and love to the Lacy family, everybody from Boosie Badass, man. Love.
Man, shout out to Boozy. Definitely a legend. Most definitely. And let me search up Kyren Lacy. Let me search him up. Kyren Lacy, 24/7 Sports. You know, I think he was going to be good in the NFL, man. He wasn't a bad receiver. You know, a receiver that went to LSU. So you automatically got my respect based off everybody who came out of LSU. Automatically from Louisiana, Thibodeau was a 3-star recruit, 4-star, 6'2", 210. Oh, he was at Robert Hunt's old school, Louisiana, Raging Cajuns. And then I guess he transferred over to LSU. He had Miami, Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana Tech, Houston. Had a pretty good list, man. Pretty good list. You know, it's sad seeing like young guys go like this, bro. Very, very sad. Born in 2000, already gone. Born in 2000. Man. Let's check out his NFL Combine page. I think he attended the Combine. If I'm not mistaken, I think he attended the Combine. Didn't he? Let me see. This definitely went viral. I got to put Combine here so y'all can know what I'm talking about. Let me see. All right, I got it now. I got my keyboard on my screen. That's why. When you stream with the keyboard, it kind of messes up your speed on the computer. Well, I guess he didn't attend the Combine. They don't got a Combine profile up for him. They don't. No, they don't got nothing. They tried him. But yeah, man, RP to Kyren Lacy, bro, did not deserve that right there. Did not deserve that, man. Let's see where he was ranked as a receiver. You got Luther Burden, Emeka Ibuka, Egbuka's name, Matthew Golden, Travis Hunter, Territor McMillan, Higgins, Trey Harris, Jalen Noel, Jalen Rose, Jack Beck, Elick Eminor, Isaiah Bond. This receiver class deep. I'm not gonna lie. Savion Williams, Josh Felton, Tess Johnson. I don't even see Kyren Lacy. He gotta be ranked. Gotta be ranked. You know, if he was still here, I think he would have went in like the third or fourth round, probably. Third or fourth round. But you know, Kyren Lacy, he was known for like, you know, violence. You know, his celebrations would include something with a gun. He's like a Ja Morant for the LSU Tigers. A Ja Morant. You know, they told that boy to slow down, you know, in regards to that. Right after he started celebrating like that, that's when he ended up killing somebody. And then boom, look now. Sad situation, man. Sad situation. Hold on.
Instructor, he noted.
We're gonna check out Ocho. See what he got to say.
Has me sick to my stomach. I want to share something because maybe it'll.
There we go now.
Life situation has me sick to my stomach, and I want to share something because maybe it'll save a life. A skydiving instructor, he noted that if your parachute fails to open, it's not the initial blow that will kill you. He noted that obviously all your bones will fracture. He said, but it's the bounce. It's those fractured bones, them puncturing your lungs upon the bounce, that ends the life. In the same manner, the author who I'm quoting has suggested we all hit the ground hard. We've all hit the ground hard. Maybe at work, maybe in our romantic relationships, maybe even in the law and with the law, but it's not the initial blow that we have to be most mindful of. It's the bounce. In the same manner, if anyone you know has hit the ground hard in life, catch them before the bounce. And if you have hit the ground hard, whether in private or in public, please be mindful of the bounce. This Kyren Lacy situation just brings so much pain to my mind and to my heart, and I just wanted to share that. Be mindful of the bounce.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like he would take back that situation of him killing somebody. You know he would, you know, because he really would want an NFL career, but now that's not going to happen. He's gone. He's gone, you know. I know it's his fault, but it's not his fault at the same time because I know it wasn't in his head to take somebody out. I know that, but now both of them, they gone, man. It's a sad situation. Sad situation. Him and Jaden Daniels. You know, Jaden Daniels, he had Lacy. He had Neighbors. He had Brian Thomas Jr. He had all them people, man. All them people.
Okay. Yeah. I'm proud of y'all boys, bro. Appreciate it, bro.
Love you, brother. No, we talked about this.
Shit, dream, brother. You next, though. Keep thinking.
Love you, brother.
Love you too. Love you too, bro. Lay out, bro.
Love you, bro. Our brother, Kyren Lacy, he's been there with us. It was a big four for sure. You know, I'm excited for him.
He's supposed to be that third one, man. Supposed to be that third one, man. R.I.P. R.I.P.
I know he's happy for us.
I was hoping to watch a video probably of the year that me and him created together. So seeing him right there, you know,
that was a great surprise.
You know, we might be on the same video, giving him the same speech next year.
Go out there and have fun. You know, keep your foot on their neck, man. And next year, I expect you to be here.
That's sad, man. That's sad, man. Kind of remind me of the Henry Ruggs situation. But Henry Ruggs, he ain't take himself out. He didn't. Here's what his dad had to say. Young parents, start talking to your kids at a very early age. Make sure they are confident and comfortable confiding in you. Don't be cool with I'm all right or I'm good. When you know deep down something isn't right, mental health is real. And for the most part, it's invincible. Don't ignore the signs, even if they may seem small. Our lives have changed forever, and this will never be okay. But God needed my baby more than he was needed here. This has to be the biggest pill our family has ever had to swallow. But I know the love and compassion in our families will get us through. This will never get easier, but we'll learn to live with it. Check on your kids' mental. So yeah, the dad he really feeling this one, man. You know, you have a son. He about to go to the league, man. Now he gone. Now he gone, man. It's so sad, bro. So sad. Shout out to Light Gaming. Appreciate you for pulling up on me. How high did they have him on mock drafts? I think he was like a third, fourth round pick. Third, fourth, but he probably would have went in the not second, fifth round, sixth round because of the off the field issues. Probably. Shout out to my boy Cap. Appreciate you for pulling up on me. I know there's a lot of people live streaming right now. A lot of people live streaming. So, you know, I'm just coming in here, clocking in, and I'm clocking out. That's it. I don't care how much people watch me today. I'm clocking in and clocking out. Well, appreciate you for pulling up on me, Cap. All love, man. All love. But we just talking about Kyren Lacy right now, him being gone. This is what Jaden Daniels posted on his story. Just memories. See, that's all them boys when they were young. All them boys when they were young. It's crazy how they did not win the national championship with all this talent. It's crazy. His last college TD, Jaden Daniels, was to him. Last college TD. See, they were the big four, not just the big three. The big four.
Look, they all just want to come record.
How's it feel that you caught your Jaden Daniels' last touchdown pass?
It felt amazing to catch Five's last touchdown.
Sad, man.
Wow, two, you gotta hit that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm proud of y'all boys, bro.
Appreciate it, love you, brother. No, we talked about this.
Hey, Jaden Daniels, he about to go crazy this year, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna make Jaden Daniels go crazy. MVP, I'm talking. MVP, maybe. Who knows?
Dream, brother. You next, though. Keep
Love you, brother.
Love you too.
Love you too, bro. Lay out, bro.
Love you, for real. My brother, Kyren Lacy, he's been there with us. It was a big four for sure. You know, I'm excited for him. I know he's happy for us.
I was hoping to watch a video probably of the year that me and him created together. So seeing him right there, you know,
Man, that was a great surprise.
You know, we might be on the same video, giving him the same speech next year.
Go out there and have fun. You know, keep your foot on their neck, man. And next year, I expect you to be here.
Sad, dog. You know, Jaden Daniels, he came into Louisiana, took it over like he was Joe Burrow when he went over there to LSU. You know, so Louisiana, they got them boys, man. They got the receivers. You know, if you're a quarterback, and you decent, you should be able to do good at LSU with all the weapons that they got. No excuses. No excuses. Y'all let me know if I'm laggy a little bit on the stream. Yep, let me know in the comments.
Oh,
see that boy, he was putting in work, man.
yeah.
Grinding.
Okay.
Look at that change of the direct. Like, come on, man. We doing it.
Okay, come on. Slow. Run it. Better. Step. Left. Yes. Now you first. Step. Run it. Here we go. Now. Good.
See, he out there working out with Brian Thomas Jr. getting all that work in. All that work in. I knew he was gonna be a good player if he had came into the league. I knew it. But we're not gonna know now. We're not gonna know.
Run it. Match him. Good. Let's go. Walk it up. Here we go. Right. Good. Again. Yeah. Oh.
Plus him being around all that talent at LSU at receiver, you know he was going to be at least a receiver number 2 or 3 in the NFL. Minimum. Here we got some more clip of Lacy. No copyright. Ooh, that would catch him with one hand. Okay. Good catch. I think he ran like a 4.5 at his pro day. A 4.5. You know, not the best receiver to come out of LSU, but he was definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. Here we got a practice clip of Lacy. He looked like Justin Jefferson a little bit on this one. He looked like Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, he had that number 2 at LSU. He had that number 2. That boy said, "Don't play with me." Yeah, good catch. Went up top for that one. Good catch right there. Here we got a play of him against Texas A&M. Let's check this out. Good route. Oh, excuse me. Nice footwork. He got pretty good footwork. 6'2", 200. Good footwork. Pretty agile for a guy his size. You know, he was definitely a dog, man. Most definitely a dog. Right here, we have another play of him at practice at LSU. Let's check this out. See, that boy not playing. See, that boy like that for real, man. Caught that bit with one hand, and he still scored. Come on, man. Come on. He was going to be special, bro. He was going to be special. You know, but when you, like, not perform off the field and you do bad stuff, your draft stock gonna fall even if you're a good player. No matter what you do on the field, you gotta make sure you're good off the field. So that's the sad part. But he was raw though, man. Definitely a raw player. Stiff arm. Good strength too. Good strength. But yeah, man. RP to that boy. RP to Kyren Lacy. Definitely gonna be missed. Love. Appreciated. We always gonna be here for you, man. Always gonna be here for you. Let me see what I got next for y'all. Hold on real quick. All right. Next we got Nico. I heard that he might go to North Carolina. I'm shocked about this one. I'm shocked, but hey, y'all know what he did. He chased the bag. He chased the bag, man. But hey, these boys, they're gonna treat it like the NFL now since they get in the bag. They're gonna treat it like the NFL. Hopefully other players don't start doing this because this can change the whole perspective of college football. Each year is getting worse and worse, but people, hey, it's still gonna get views when it comes down to it. Still gonna get views, but hopefully it don't get watered down to the point where people don't even want to watch it no more. I doubt it gets to that point, but if these kids are having this much control in college, like it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out, man. It's gonna get so bad to the point where the government gonna have to come in and do something about it. That's what I'm feeling like. I think there's like 7,500 kids in the transfer portal, only 130 D1 schools. So why are all these kids entering the transfer portal when there's a whole bunch of other guys who are trying to look for a spot to go to? So you're taking a risk of entering the transfer portal, but that's not stopping players from going in there. Especially if you're a big time player like this, even though he did what he did, he's still gonna get interest from other college teams. So him going to North Carolina to be with Bill Belichick, I think that'll look good on his resume, maybe because Bill Belichick, he an NFL guy. He probably gonna tighten him up over there. So it makes sense if he goes to UNC. USC, that'll probably be a good option. The Trojans, with him, when I watch his film, he remind me of like a Jaden Daniels mixed with Tua, but he's not as good as Jaden Daniels, but he looked like Tua in a Jaden Daniels body, if you know what I'm trying to say. I think he got potential, but he hasn't shown anything yet to the point as to where he could just leave the team and ask for this amount of money. The amount of money that he was asking for, he ain't deserve it. He did not deserve it, man. We could look up the stats right now. Let me see. Nico, Tennessee stats. We're going to look up the stats right now, man, because he did not deserve that money that he got. Did not deserve it. So he had 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. If he had got like 30 touchdowns, okay, I'll give you that. But he only got 19. The boys ain't really do nothing crazy last year, to be honest. On top of that, you low-key gave up on your team by leaving Tennessee. You low-key gave up on your team, man. Like, I don't know what to think about you now. I don't know. He had 2 big games, but look, against bad teams, Vanderbilt and UTEP. Like, come on, man. Do this against Georgia, Alabama, then I'll be impressed. Do this against Florida. Look, you didn't even throw 1 touchdown against Florida. Not even one. You know, like Hendon Hooker, he came to Tennessee and did better than this. And he currently a backup. So what does that tell me about you? What does that tell me about you? You know, but he got size 6'6", 215. He got size on him. Definitely got size, you know. But, you know, we haven't seen a Samoan quarterback work yet. We haven't seen it. Marcus Mariota, nope. Tua, we thought we almost had it, but nope. That ain't work. Y'all let me know who else. Maybe Dylan Gabriel. Who knows? We gonna see. We gonna see, man. You know, but out of everybody, I would think that Nico would be the one that would work out of everybody that we could think of. Because I think he do got a potential. I think he do. But if he acting like this in college, I don't know what he gonna do in the NFL. He might ask for a fully guaranteed contract like Deshaun. He might. He might. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about Nico doing this right here. I think it's unreasonable, you know, but he got his reasons. But, you know, a young kid should not be doing that. Young kid should not be doing that, man. Here we got the head coach from Tennessee talking about the situation. Let's check this out.
It has been. And, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, just here in a second, so I'll address it on the front end. Today's landscape of college football is different than what it has been. And, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, just the situation and where we're at with Nico. I want to thank him for everything that he's done since he's gotten here.
Crazy.
You know, that's as a recruit to who he was as a player and how he competed inside of the building. And so a great appreciation for that side of it. Obviously, we're moving forward as a program without him. You know, I said it to the guys today. There's no one that's bigger than the Power T, and that includes me. And they hear me say that a lot inside of that team.
That's real.
This program has been around for a long time with a lot of great coaches, a lot of great players that came before that laid the cornerstone pieces, the legacy, the tradition that is.
I could respect him, though, because he stood his ground. He ain't let Nico control everything. He did what he had to do. So I could respect Hupel. I don't know how you say his last name.
Tennessee football is going to be around a long time after I'm done and after they're gone. And that's what's, you know, special about being here is that there is a legacy and a tradition that is so rich and a logo that's recognized not just across the nation but across the world too. And today you got a chance to see, you know, 110 guys that ran out and competed their butts off, that give their all for Tennessee and do it the right way. And really proud of the spring that they've had, but also, you know, how they culminated it as well. So excited about, you know, where we're at this point.
Tennessee not going to be good this year. They're not going to be good this year. Trust me. Trust me.
Outside of
Here we got Nico. He going to talk about the situation. This is AI. Please don't trip. Please don't trip. This is AI right here.
The gas station. I don't know if you saw that Ohio State game last year, but I was definitely like the 37th best player on the field. So, yeah, I deserve $4 million a year. I don't know why anyone's surprised that I'm going to leave Tennessee. My name is literally I am leaving. I'll just say to Tennessee, good luck finding a guy to hand the ball off 40 times.
I am leaving. It kind of looked like it. You just got to change the A to an E. I am leaving. That's funny right there. That's funny.
A game and overthrow wide open receivers for less than $4 million a year. We don't grow on trees. We knew this day would come. I'm the first ever college football holdout. Everyone probably thought it would be someone that was actually good at football, though. Nope. It's a guy that looks like a fucking Rottweiler. Y'all thought NEL would make college more like the NFL. We're here to make it the NBA. Shit, man, I may play for the Vols, but I ain't volunteering for shit. I look like I
he might be saying this behind closed doors. You never know. You never know, man.
Here in the
But y'all don't even know about that situation. Definitely a crazy story. Most definitely. Next, we got some prospects that the Dolphins have met up with. We got Damian Martinez, a running back out of Miami. The U. I rep the Gators, but I'm with the U too. I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. Damian Martinez, he visited the Chiefs as well and the Cowboys. Physical back, 6'2", 217, who just turned 21, average 6.2 yards per carry last season with 10 touchdowns and clocked a solid 4.51 40-yard time. The way he played, he don't look like he 217. He look like he a good 220, 225. His playing style kind of remind me of Derrick Henry, but a smaller guy. We got some clips coming up. Here we got a little interview with Damian Martinez. Let's check this out.
Damian Martinez with you here with Miami running back Damian Martinez. With your game, you have the physical, the hammer stuff, and then you have really good side-to-side movement as well, especially at your size. If you're self-scouting, how would you break down your game?
My game, I would say I'm a kind of one-cut downhill runner, cut back, my vision's nice. I finish every run hard, kind of that shiftiness, a lot of quickness, more of a transition than of a juke move. If I can get a guy to transition and speed to power faster than they can react to it, I'm out of there.
Well, we were up there. You made a move on someone, and someone was tossing out the name Steven Jackson. I don't know who do you pattern your game after? Who would you comp yourself to in the NFL?
My favorite three would be Le'Veon Bell, Arian Foster, and LeGarrette Blount. That's my top three right there.
Oh, that's a good top three. Arian Foster wasn't the fastest of people. Le'Veon Bell wasn't the fastest. LeGarrette Blount definitely wasn't the fastest. He was close to like 270 when he was playing. But definitely a hard guy to take down. Was definitely that goal line situation. Get that touchdown. Damian Martinez, we would use him in the same fashion on goal line situations. Arian Foster, he's just a different breed, but I think he was just mentally smart as a running back. That's why he was able to be as good as he was, even though his measurables weren't that good. He was still a good running back. Le'Veon Bell, he was a different breed. The vision, the patience in his running, and you could definitely see a tone of that in Damian Martinez's game. With the patience, he got explosion to jump in and out of his cuts. But it's just the speed that he don't have. But once he get downhill, he moving. He might outrun somebody. He might.
I love that. Here with Miami running back Damian Martinez.
But shout out to Damian. I wouldn't mind a 6th round pick on him, 7th, if he falls there. But I doubt it. I kind of see shades of Isaiah Pacheco a little bit. Kind of see shades of that. Right here we have Damian Martinez at running back. Right here we have Cam Ward. I was actually at this game right here. Definitely a lit game. Nice little handoff. Good blocking. There go that one cut go. Easy touchdown. I think he transferred over from Oregon State, if I'm not mistaken. Good vision, following his blocks. On top of that, he hard to take down. Like, you can't take him down with one person. You can't. See, look at number 1. He's going to try to tackle him by himself. He can't do it. Too hard of a task. Couldn't do it. Easy touchdown. Get off me. Right here we have another play. Damian. Let's check this out. We got Cam Ward on the bottom. Future Tennessee Titans quarterback. Let's check this out. Good awareness. Good hands. Ooh. He could juke, most definitely. He could definitely juke. You know, guys his size are not usually the best jukers. They not. Got his ass. To that boy ankles. You know, him making he making something happen out of nothing. You know, he got the ball. You know, you don't really trust a guy like this out in space, but he doing it. He doing it. He getting those extra yards. You know, I don't think Derrick Henry could move like this. I don't think Derrick Henry could do this. I don't think so. Right here, we got more plays. Damian Martinez, he here at running back. What school is this? Isn't this Iowa State? Yeah, it is. There go Iowa State right here. I think this is the Pop Tart Bowl. You see, I don't know how he stayed up on this one. I do not know how he stayed up. You see, just a good job following his block. Stayed patient on that one. Look, easy touchdown to the crib. To the crib. Still staying up. Okay, he got down on that one. You know, they had to gang tackle him on that one. Gang tackle, not no solo tackle. Ooh. Took number 9 ankles. That's a hand out. Ooh. Good jump cut. Ooh, to the outside. Bro, if he run a 4.4, I'll be impressed with him. Definitely a second, third round pick if you run a 4.4. He could definitely move side to side, and he's a powerful runner. You know, if you have those two attributes, you know, I could probably work with you. You know, you don't got to be the fastest of people to play running back, but you do got to have some type of speed. You know, he's not the slowest, but he's not the fastest. You know, but his shiftiness, you know, it puts him at an advantage to find the right hole, get in that lane, go up the field, touchdown, easy. But like I said, 5th, 6th round pick. I'm not spending no high draft pick on him. I'm not. I'm not. Good run right there. You know, there's a lot of stuff that he could work on, like avoiding contact so you can stay healthy. He could definitely work on that. You know, but I think an NFL team will show him. Most definitely. Right here, they're saying this clip, Damian Martinez reminds them of David Montgomery from the Detroit Lions. That's what they're saying, but let's check this out. Ooh, good truck. And he stayed up. Oh, man. That contact balance is crazy. It's crazy, bro. Too strong. Bro, you 217 pushing a power like that? Yeah, that boy way too big. Damian Martinez. We're gonna search up his 24/7 sports. See where he from. I don't think he a Florida boy. I don't think so. Oh, he from Texas. Okay. 5'11", almost 6 foot, 217. So he went from Texas to Oregon State, then he went to Miami. Interesting. Okay. 3-star recruit. He had 5 offers: Texas State, San Diego State, Kansas, Georgia Tech. Oregon State. Okay. So not a bad prospect. Seemed like a bigger guy in high school. Definitely lost some weight, but he could definitely improve and become a better running back. I do see some upside on film. I do see some upside. This is the upside I see right here. This play crazy, man. Hi. I'm on stream right now. Yeah, this play is crazy. Like, imagine if the Dolphins had that. I don't think nobody in our room doing this right here. Maybe Jalen Wright, but I don't think Jalen Wright got this much power. I don't think so. Mm. His juking ability crazy, man, for a guy his size. Crazy. Right here we have Damian Martinez. He gonna do a little jump cut. Look how sharp he does it. Look. Ooh. Broke number 9 ankles, man. Good job seeing that. Extra yardage. He probably gonna be one of the best goal line running backs in the whole NFL as a rookie. One of the best. Here we got more plays. See, he good at pass block protection. Real good at that. So he's like an all-around back. You could keep him in there at all times, no matter what. He's definitely a 3-down back. Right here we have Damian again at running back. Yeah, we just seen this one. This one crazy, man. This one is crazy. Now I see why the Dolphins brought him in for a visit. Now I see why it makes sense. It makes sense. He right in the backyard doing this. Right in the backyard doing this. You gotta have some type of interest. It's crazy, man. Let me see what stats he put up last year. 159 carries, 1,002 yards, 10 touchdowns. Game log. 14 carries, 179 yards. Pretty good game. 12.8 average. Beautiful. Against Florida, 15 carries, 65 yards, 4.3 average. FAMU. He got pretty good averages. 7.4 against Louisville, 9.9 against FSU. Against competition, he got a high average. So that's pretty good right there. I could work with that. Against Duke, 6.0 average, 5.4 against Wake Forest, 3.9. But he got this while sharing carries with Mark Fletcher. These are stats that he put up. Receiving, he put up 17 catches, 204 yards. So this is a pretty good year for him. Pretty good year, man. If he goes to the right team, he gonna come through banging, man. Running over people. I can see it already. Let me see. Right here we on his Instagram. I wonder if he posted the pro day film. Here goes RAS score. 5'11", 217 pounds, 35-inch vertical, 10-foot broad jump, 4.51, 40. You know, so he's good all across the board. Even though you see a lot of yellow, he's good all across the board. You know, there's a broad jump, definitely showing his power. Definitely showing his power. You know, but I think he could get faster than that 4.51. I definitely think that he could get faster than that. And look, here he is on the PFF. 93.3. Right above him is a Cooley from, who is this? Liberty? Yeah, from Liberty. And Ashton Genty from Boise State. You know, Ashton Genty, he probably going to be a first-round pick. Damian Martinez probably not going to be a first-round pick, but we may get the same amount of production that Ashton Genty could provide to his new team. We could. You know, Quinshot Judkins, I know he's going to be a good running back. I definitely do. You know, I'm hearing the Steelers have a lot of interest. That's what I'm hearing. Travion Henderson, you know, I'm hearing the Texans have a lot of interest in this running back. A lot of interest.
Combine workouts, as always, all about the you. Go Canes. What's up, everyone? It's Damian Martinez, running back at Miami.
That boy, he moving. Okay. Okay. He moving. 4.58, 4.51. I like the fact that he stayed in the 4.5s. I would work with that. Next, I got another prospect we're going to go over. Marshall, safety, J.J. Roberts, has a top 30 visit scheduled with the Miami Dolphins. In his 2024 campaign, he had 94 tackles, 5 TFLs, 1 sack, 1 field goal block, and 14 pass deflections. So this seems like a move in regards to the Dolphins trying to be smart, trying to outsmart everybody and find diamonds in the rough. That's what it seemed like. You know, I haven't watched too much tape on this guy, J.J. Roberts. I haven't. But, you know, he might be a good guy. He might be a good player. You know, he kind of remind me of like that Patrick Memorias type of guy. You know, you don't really trust his college career, but he comes in banging. Comes through banging, man.
Cabell Midland grad and Wake Forest transfer J.J. Roberts is now back home playing for the Thundering Herd. Roberts spent the last 3 seasons playing at Wake Forest. In 2020, as a true freshman, he appeared in 8 games, including 1 start at Louisville. Then in 2021, he saw action in all 14 games, including the ACC title game and the Gator Bowl game. Roberts finished 2021 with 21 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 3 pass breakups, and an interception. The INT was against NC State, who Marshall will face on October 7th. In high school, J.J. won the 2019 Gatorade Player of the Year and helped lead Cabell Midland High to a 14-1 record that year. Their only loss against Martinsburg in the state title game. He says he grew up watching Marshall football, so to finally be here working out in the Joan is still surreal.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm super happy to be on the field, playing on that field, watching the games growing up, and now I'm actually on the field playing crazy.
Is he from Florida?
It's kind of unreal.
You don't look like he's from Florida. I doubt it.
But at the same time, I know it's happening. So I don't know how to explain it. I really can't. I'm just super stoked to be back out there, you know.
Now tonight, tune back in to hear from 2 defensive returners, linebacker Eli Neal and DB Micah Abraham. These 2 have 1 year of eligibility left and chose to come.
Shout out to Marshall. I had one of my homeboys who went there. He did. Shout out to them.
JJ.
Right here, we got some film on JJ Roberts. You know, we definitely do need a safety. Definitely do need a safety. So I'm not going to be judgmental in regards to JJ Roberts. He might be better than what I'm expecting. Might be better. Right here, we got him against Charlotte. This is like Charlotte. I don't know. Maybe FIU. I don't know.
Takes the snap, and Nixon looking to turn the corner.
Pretty good tackle.
Takes the snap, and Nixon looking to turn the corner. Wow. And J.J. Roberts.
Nice shoelace tackle.
Wolf fires it, and
Ooh, good hit. Ball came out too. Okay. Okay.
Broncos ready to go again. Give it to Nixon.
Ooh, good blitz. He's not a bad tackler, man. Not a bad tackler. It seems like he's, you know, a natural in the box. You know, not the biggest of safeties, but he gonna come in there thumping. He gonna come in there, man. He gonna lay that wood. Bah! He gonna get in that backfield, man. Poof. Hey, not bad, Dolphins. Not bad.
Fires it, and catch is made. Ball comes out. No, the catch was made, and then it came out. And Broncos ready to go again. Give it to Nixon.
You know, people are not gonna pay him no mind because he went to Marshall. You know, but hey, look, number 15 right here, he definitely gonna be a first round pick. Green, definitely gonna be a first round pick. So Marshall, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all producing. Y'all producing.
And he will go down. Mike takes the snap, and Nixon looking to turn the corner.
All right, here we have a JJ Roberts RES score, 5'11", 192 pounds, 20 on the bench. So that he athletic, bro. He's an athletic safety. Even though he's small, measurables jump off. You know, 40-inch vertical, 10-foot broad jump, 40-yard dash, 4.4, 20-yard split, 2.56, 10-yard split, 1.46. I was expecting a 1.5, but he got 1.4. Shuttle, 411, 3-cone, 6.76. So Roberts, man, he might be like a diamond in the rough. You know, get him in the later rounds, like 7th, maybe UDFA. Put him on the team. You know, he might make the roster. He might make the roster, just like Storm Duck did for the Dolphins last year. That's what I predict. That's what I predict if JJ Roberts does end up coming to the Dolphins. So keep a lookout, man. I like this guy coming into Miami, man, for a visit. I like it. I do. He might end up being a decent player. You never know. You never know. Let's check out his high school page. JJ Roberts.
Flies back the other way. Wolf fires it, and catch is made. Ball comes out.
All right, we have him here. 24/7 Sports. 5'11", 175. West Virginia. Was a 3-star recruit. Oh, he committed to Wake Forest. Then he went to Marshall. Okay. You know, if you're a high school player, man, it's never too late for you, bro. Never too late. You can still do your thing, man. No matter your stars. No matter your stars, man. You know, but he doesn't seem like a bad guy, man. Look, they got some high school tape. Ooh. Oh, man, that boy hitting. Oh. He hitting, man. Look at him on this one. Bah! That's what I love to see right there. Boom. Laying people not like, come on, man. That boy laying the wood. Quarterback don't do it. Yeah, I like this guy right here. Definitely a hitter. Yeah, he definitely plays the style that I like to play. Yeah, he gonna put somebody on their back, man. I like that, man. He gonna put somebody on their back. Another one. That boy like an enforcer out there. Give me that. Yeah, he just looked better than everybody else over there. I don't know if he's doing that in Florida. I don't know. Good job outside contain. Yeah, pretty impressive tape. Pretty impressive tape. Mm. Yeah, we gonna see, man. We gonna see in regards to JJ Roberts. You know, not a bad guy. Not a bad guy to look at. Oh, what I got next for y'all? Here's another guy that the Dolphins are looking at. His name is Damian Alford. You know, this is a big receiver. Big receiver, 6'6", I believe, if I'm not mistaken. My bad, y'all. You know, just because he's big don't mean that he's gonna be a good player. It don't mean that. But hey, hopefully Dolphins bring him in. Hopefully they see something in him so we can add somebody of this size, 6'6", 220. Come on, that'd be perfect. We haven't had somebody similar to that stature in a little minute. We had that Daywood guy from Western Kentucky, but he not on the team no more. We gotta try a new experiment. You know, Devontae Parker definitely wasn't 6'6". Preston Williams was not 6'6". You know, we gotta give it a shot. A guy of this size. We gotta give it a shot. Let me try to search him up, see his profile. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Here we got another clip of him right here.
Okay.
One handed too.
Okay.
Ain't no way you can't be accurate with a receiver like this. No way. No way, man. And that boy got dreads too. You know what they say about dudes with dreads, man.
Okay.
The dreads make him look raw.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But this is a good visit right here. I like the fact that the Dolphins are bringing in a guy with size. I like that. Definitely do. Let's search him up real quick. Is he from Florida? He might be from Florida. Might be. Are you from Montreal, Canada? Okay. Was at Utah. No stats. Interesting. He probably got hurt this year, but the year before, 33 receptions, 610 yards, 3 touchdowns. 20 receptions, 429 yards, 2 touchdowns. 13 receptions, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns. All right. Let's check out that high school profile. All right. I seen Hollywood, Florida. Maybe he moved down to Hollywood. Okay, yeah. I know that jersey from anywhere. I forgot the school. I forgot the high school. Oh, MacArthur. Yup. That's the school. So he from the crib, kinda. He was born in Canada, but he from the crib. 6'5", 210. You know, he seemed like one of those kids that you just see walking in the hallway, great size as a receiver, and you just want to give him an offer to see what he could turn into. Seemed like one of those guys. He had Florida offer. He had a FIU offer, my old school, Cincinnati, Virginia, Syracuse. Was he like that back then? Look, I bet you he not a good route runner, but he could just go up and get it. I bet you. My bad. See? Quarterback just throwing it up. Catch that bit. Good catch. Okay. Nice little screenplay up the field. He could move pretty well for a big guy. Easy. Yeah, he wasn't half bad in high school. Moving. Now I see why the Dolphins got interest. Now I see why the Dolphins got interest. That head coach down there going crazy. Look at the head coach right here. That was going wild. He knew them was going to score on this, but he knew it. Yeah, he was good. He was good. See that quarterback, just throw it up. Give me that. Easy. Hey, there might be something here, man. There might be something here. And he's not slow either for a big guy. Definitely not slow. I do think he's a priority undrafted free agent. On top of that, he's from the crib. So he might want to come back home to the Dolphins. There's no NFL team in Canada, so we can't say an NFL team up north is his crib. He got to claim Florida. Yeah, you don't have to be accurate with a guy like this. You don't have to be. If you do, then you're probably a bad quarterback. Nice little snap. Yeah, this DB about to get burnt, scant. Money. Good catch. But yeah, man. Damian Alford, man. He might be Haitian too. I'm not gonna lie. He might be Haitian. I would not be surprised. I'm gonna check that out right now. Yeah, I don't see no Haitian flag. You got a Haitian last name.
So it's like, how do you focus on yourself but help the team win at the same time? well, focusing on myself also contributes to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like versus Army, like taking it back to Army, me and Yumari were on the sideline the whole time. We're saying they cannot hang with us. Like we're here to win. Like we were gonna put our body on the line to win that game, and that's exactly what we did. Mari got a touchdown. I got the yards that I got, but that's just because we wanted to win. Like it wasn't for no ego thing. It was just, as Coach Baber said, put our ego aside and just play football. That's exactly what we did, and we came out with the win. We made the plays that we had to make, and
shout to him, man. Here's a throw between him and I don't know who that quarterback is. It look like DeVito. Yeah, he look raw out there, man. Number 5. I don't know, man. I think we found the one, Dolphin. I think we found the one. But this was him playing in Canada. Oh, this is a throwback right here. Definitely a throwback. Yeah, I could have sworn he's Haitian. It would have fooled me. This is him getting that work in. You know, it's going to be hard to cover a guy like this. Definitely going to be hard. You know, a long limb guy on top of being 6'6", 6'5". You know, Dolphin Nation going to go crazy as soon as they find out that Chris Greer drafted or brought in a guy who's 6'6", 6'7" at receiver watch. I have a feeling it's going to happen this year. I have a feeling. We're going to have somebody taller than 6'5" in the receiving room. We're going to have somebody. But yeah, y'all let me know about Damian Alford. Right here we have his RAS score. 6'5", 224 pounds, 11 on the bench, and he should be able to do at least 15. At least 15. You know, 32 on the vertical. That's horrible. That's horrible. You know, but he got the height to jump up. You know, but you definitely got to work on this vertical so you could get higher than what you already jumping now. Imagine if you get like a 40-inch vertical on top of you being 6'6" already. You're going to reach high points that no DB could reach, to be honest. So a year or two in the NFL, him soaking everything in, he could turn into a legitimate receiver number 3. You know, receiver number 4, somebody for the red zone, a big body guy. You could definitely turn into that. 4'4", 640, you know, 2.54, 20-yard split, a 10-yard split, 1.57, poor shuttle, you know, decent 3-cone. You know, so he's not the best going in and out of his breaks, you know, but he okay. You got to remember, he's 6'5", 6'6". That's what we talking about here. That's what we talking about, man. So, hey, hopefully the Dolphins do invest in a big guy. I would not mind. All right, and I just wanted to talk about the situation of Tua home being put up for sale. I'm hearing that he bought another property already. So I don't know what y'all talking about exactly. I do not know. I'm going to read the article real quick. The Dolphins QB had lived in his house since 2020, his rookie year in the NFL. Tua Tagovailoa will have a new address in 2025, but it's simple. Move within South Florida. The Miami Dolphins quarterback has just put up his 5,000 square foot house in Davie on the market, according to the story on Realtor.com. But that's because he's buying a new place for himself, his wife, and their 2 children. I mean, I don't want to seem like a creep. Let me look on Realtor.com to see if I can find it. Let me look. Tua House, Realtor.com. Let me see. I gotta be able to find it. Is this the house? I think this is the house. Yeah, I think this is the house. For $3 million? Yeah, I think this is the house. I think I seen Tua in a place like this before. Yeah, this is definitely the house. This is definitely the house. But there was some cases earlier in the year in regards to Tua house getting robbed. That's what I heard. Yeah, this is a man, bro. I wish I had something like this. I wish. Nice little living room. They got an outside kitchen, kinda. Man, this is one of the best kitchens I ever seen, man. One of the best. When you got that bag, man, this is what you could buy. When you got that bag. So you saying this house wasn't big enough? This house wasn't big enough? Shoot, let me have this then. Let me have this. Pretty big bathroom. The tub had a TV. That's lit right there. That's lit. What is this? Okay, this is a closet. Oh, he had a movie room too? Hey man, Tua was in there chilling, ain't it? Tua was in there chilling. That's lit though. My future crib, it gotta have a movie theater. Gotta have one. Gotta have one. He had a little laundry room, little balcony, little putt place. My spot, it gotta have a field. My future spot, it gotta have some type of field. This is big, but it's not big enough for me. And on top of that, the water right next to it. What if you throwing the football and the water get in the water? Not the water get in the water, but the football get in the water. What if? Plus, this is not big enough for a field. Not big enough. What if I wanted to run a game of 7-on-7? I need more acreage than this. More acreage. Like prime house, I would stay in something like that. I would stay in something like that. Let me try to search that up. We're gonna look at houses today. That's what we're gonna do. Deion Sanders house. I'm gonna see if it's on realtors. Realtors. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. These celebrities, they don't put their address online like that. They don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna just stick. I'm gonna just stick with what I know, which is Tua crib. I'm not gonna force it with Deion crib. Not gonna force it. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about Tua's crib, man. He putting it up for sale. Does that mean that he's not confident that he will be staying with the team? I'm not taking this, too seriously, but at the same time, it's like, interesting, because we see this scenario a lot in regards to an athlete putting their home up for sale right before something happens. We see it a lot. If this year don't go as planned, Tua, he ready. He ready to clear it. That's what this saying. I don't see no reason as to why you gotta get rid of this home right here. I don't see no reason why, but maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I'm locked in. I'm staying in this home for life. This is a nice ass house. Nice ass house. All right. Let me see real quick. And this is what a Dolphin fan posted. Tua's getting traded. They posted a video of Dan Campbell about to cry.
What's making you emotional right now? What's making you emotional right now?
Y'all really want to see Tua get traded, man. Y'all really want to see Tua get traded. But yeah, this is a nice house, man. This is a nice house. A shout out to Raphael. Appreciate you for pulling up on me. YouTube thumb. RP Lacy. Yeah, RP to him. DG2 is selling old home due to building bigger home. Oh, he doubling down on him being in Miami. He knows that his job not gonna get took. Okay, too. I like the confidence. Too. Maybe the lake is not safe for his kids. That could be a reason. One thing I noticed, there's no pool. Wait, yeah, there goes a pool right there, but nothing too crazy. Some pools, they be having the water slide and all that, the whole nine. But Tua Place ain't have that. But this is like a 10 out of 10 crib. The movie theater sold it for me. And here we have Pupar talking about it in real estate news. Tua Tagovailoa has put his South Florida house up for sale. I wonder what house he would buy. It's crazy how that happened, and you hear this. An anonymous NFL coach on Tua Tagovailoa at the annual NFL owners meeting. If they don't want him, will gladly take him off their hands. I wonder what team said that. Man. What team you think would make a move for Tua right now? What team? Y'all let me know in the comments, man, because that's interesting right there. That NFL owner said that. Very interesting. NFL teams player profiler. We're going to look at the teams and see which teams probably could have said that, hey, we wouldn't mind bringing Tua in. We're going to see. Let me see. So we know nobody in our division was thinking about bringing Tua. Nobody in our division. Ravens, no. Bengals, no. Browns, maybe. But I don't think it would have worked with the Browns, so probably no. Steelers, no. I don't think Mike Tomlin's too infatuated with Tua. I don't think so. Plus, you got to throw the needle. You got to thread the needle over there in Pittsburgh if you're throwing the football. Houston, Texas, no. They got CJ. Colts, maybe. Maybe the Colts. Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't know. I think we're in similar quarterback situations right there. Tennessee Titans, maybe, but Cam Ward, I'm pretty sure they set on Cam Ward. This is Cam Ward team right here. Denver Broncos, no. Bo Nix. Patrick Mahomes. Raiders, that's another team. That's another team. So Raiders, Browns, the Colts, Chargers, nope. Dallas Cowboys, I don't think so. I don't think so. New York Giants, maybe. That's another team right there. Eagles, no. Commanders, no. Bears, no. Lions, no. Packers, no. Minnesota, no. Minnesota, maybe. Minnesota, maybe. You know, if JJ McCarthy get hurt, who knows? Who knows? They might make that move for Tua. They might, they in a dome, so Tua might be able to perform well over there. They got JJ Jefferson. You never know. Aaron Rodgers, he's playing games with them right now. He is. Falcons, no. Panthers, it depends on Bryce Young. Depends. Saints, yeah, that's probably a team that I probably would say that. We'll take Tua off your hands right now. I think we could get a second round pick from the Saints for Tua if we really wanted to. If we really wanted to, we could get a second round pick for Tua. Let me see what other teams. Buccaneers, no, they're good with Baker Mayfield. Arizona Cardinals, maybe. Rams, maybe. So there's a couple teams that would take the shot on Tua. A couple teams that would take the shot. Raphael said Panthers. I know you don't believe in Bryce Young when you say that. I know that. Browns, Jets, Seahawks, Titans, 49ers, Rams, Steelers. I don't agree with the Seahawks. Jets, I don't agree with the Jets because they're in the division. Seahawks, Sam Darnold. Browns, I agree. Titans, Cam Ward. 49ers, I don't know. They got Brock Purdy, somebody who's very similar to Tua. So I think they're off of Brock Purdy. Rams make sense. Steelers make sense. Probably going to bring some stability, but I don't know if he's going to be able to perform in the AFC North. I don't think Tua could perform there. But there would be a team interested. Probably a second round, third round pick we could get for Tua. Highly doubt a first. Highly doubt it. Jags, if Jags give us Trevor Lawrence for Tua, I'll do that. Maybe a change of scenery for both quarterbacks could be good for them. Maybe. Colts, like I mentioned before, Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson. Raiders makes sense. Chargers, I don't know. Justin Herbert. Cards, Giants, Saints, Vikings. Like I said, Vikings, maybe. Saints, yeah. Giants, yeah. Cards, I don't know. Lots of teams would. Most definitely. Now that I'm thinking about it, we could get some draft capital. Saints have Spencer Rattler, but we don't know if Spencer Rattler will be that person. We do not know that just yet. We're still waiting around to see. Man. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about Tua moving. Do you think this is a good move by QB1? Y'all think this is a good move by QB1? Let me know in the comment, man. Let me know in the comments. I heard some famous people live on this street too. I heard some famous people live on this street. We could look this up now since, Tua, he already left the crib. He already sold it. We could look it up now. We're going to go to Google Maps. And you can't go in there, man. You see, I'm trying. I'm trying. Look, come on, man. Come on, man. Get us there, bro. You can't go into a neighborhood. You can't. How? Do I gotta use Google Earth? Yeah, the picture won't even pop up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Come on, man. Come on, Maps. All right, this is the closest it'll let me go. You know, I never really be in Davie like that, though. I never really be in Davie. You know, I be in Palm Beach most of the time. Never be in Davie. I would move to Davie though. Seems like a nice area, not too far from Miami. If I gotta go to a Dolphins game, I could easily go to one. A Heat game, I could easily go. You know, and this is ducked off out the way, not in the city. You know, quite a few Dolphin players stay in Davie. Quite a few. Yeah. Google Maps not giving me no answers, man. No answers. Let me see. Let me see what I have next for y'all. I think we got another prospect. No, we went over all the prospects that I heard the Dolphins met up with already. I think I got other topics. Oh, I got Will Howard. We got his pro day. We're gonna react to that to see how Will Howard did. You know, a lot of people like Will Howard from Ohio State. You know, I understand that he won the Natty. I understand, but it's not that important. You know, I don't think Will Howard could be one of those guys, but you know, I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm underestimating him because of the talent that he had around him at Ohio State, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But let's check him out. Huge Tua fan. He will get us to the promised land. Tua is buying or building a new house. Hey, it is what it is. You know, if he's buying a new house, that means that he's going to ball out this year. He's going to ball out. You know, a key indication. You know, he sold a house and got another one. You know, I'd be worried if he actually did sell the house and, you know, he just had nothing else in store. If he like downgraded, got this house and downgraded just in case if he leaves Miami, that makes sense too. But it seemed like he sold this house to get a bigger house. That's what it seemed like. I don't know. He looked like Ryan Tannehill a little bit out there. He's not worth a third-round pick, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Y'all might think otherwise. A pretty strong arm, man. Not even gonna lie. don't know why Dolphin fans are going so crazy over Will Howard. He's not that good of a prospect for us to be like, wow, this is the next guy. The next guy coming up that's gonna beat out Tua. And I don't see like a it factor in regards to him beating out Tua. I don't see it. I mean, I'm not trying to defend Tua right now, but I'm just saying at the same time, I don't see that eliteness from Will Howard. I don't see it. Ralph said, "Wow, wow." Which QB do you like for Fins in the draft this year? In the draft, I'd say, actually, let me pull up the quarterbacks in this year's draft. Quarterbacks in 2025 NFL draft.
The 2025 NFL Draft will be the 90th annual meeting of National Football League franchises to select newly eligible players.
All right. Let me see. Just quarterback. All right. Not now. Okay, so we got the list of the quarterbacks. Matt said Tua will beat out all the rookie QBs. I do see Tua beating out all these guys, if they came to the Dolphins. But, there's some guys that I do think have the potential of beating out Tua. Like, let's say they came to Miami. Like Cam Ward, for sure. I think he will come in, give Tua a run for his money. I think he will, but he's not going to be there for the Dolphins. He's going to the Titans. Shedeur Sanders, I think Tua could beat Shedeur Sanders, but I think Shedeur Sanders could beat Tua. Jackson Dart, I think that would be a close one. I might give it to Tua. Might, Jalen Milroe might have to give it to Tua. Even though Jalen Milroe, he has all the physical traits that you want as a quarterback. I just don't know if he could be as accurate, as poised as Tua is in the pocket. If you mix Milroe with Tua into one player, man. Quinn Ewers, Dolphins had dinner with Quinn Ewers already. The Dolphins had dinner with him, so there could be some interest there. I think that would be an even matchup, even though he could be a guy that we could get with the later picks, not with the 5th overall pick that we got Tua with. I think Quinn Ewers could give Tua a run for his money. Kyle McCord, definitely like him. I heard the Steelers have high interest in him. High interest. So don't be surprised if he ends up being a Steeler. Do not be surprised. Will Howard, the guy's highlights we're watching right now from Ohio State. Dylan Gabriel, the Tua lookalike. If you really want to stick with what we do with Tua, you can get Dylan Gabriel. You can get him, but I don't think the Dolphins will do that. The Dolphins met up with Milroe as well. I'm pretty sure they met up with Kyle McCord. They met up with Tyler So. They had a virtual meeting with him. So they had conversations with a lot of these quarterbacks on this list. A lot of conversations. Brady Cook, nah, he's not beating out Tua. Graham Mertz not beating him out. Hennigan not beating him out. Curtis Roke, a lot of people stopped talking about him because of the injury that he had, but he could be a guy that you could get in the later rounds that could still come in and compete. To be honest. Will Rogers, don't know about him. Taylor Elgzema, he's from Canada. But I don't really see no flashes from this guy. No flashes. We'll watch his tape. We'll watch his tape to see. See what he got on social media. I don't think he's gonna be a game changer. He's from a small school. So you want to give him a shot. know, it don't seem like he got a strong arm though. It don't seem like it. You know, like, come on, be for real. You think he coming in and taking to a spot, not this quarterback? You know, not a bad thrower. I like his throwing motion. It could be better. Pretty fast release. Okay. Oh, good ball right there. You know, he got good size, 6'6", 215 from Canada. Okay. A different type of guy, you know, but I don't think he has that it factor. You know, if you're 6'6", I'm expecting you to have a strong arm, but it don't seem like he has a strong arm on tape. It don't seem like it. You know, but at least he made it to the Senior Bowl. He actually got some reps in at the Senior Bowl. He got a nice little flick of the wrist when he throw. But I don't think that would be anybody the Dolphins would be interested in. I think they're looking at the top tier guys. You know, they're keeping an eye out for the lower tier guys just in case. Just in case if things don't go their way. You know, a lot of people forgot about Riley Leonard. But, you know, he just don't look that good to me no more. You know, in the Natty, he looked good, but now he don't look good. Now he don't look good. You know, this is not the best quarterback class. It's not. You know, it's not like how it was in the old day. It's not.
Spend some time with two of his other quarterbacks, Taylor Elgersma, and Elgersma coming from north of the border in Canada, and Tom Pelissero tracking him down after his first workout down here in Mobile.
Taylor, day one out here at the Reese's Senior Bowl, an opportunity you probably didn't know you were going to have. How'd it go?
I mean, it was a lot of fun out here. I mean, the compete level is super high with these players. Being in the quarterback room with Dylan.
Oh, Canadian Heisman. Okay. Canadian Heisman. I ain't know that. Did not know that.
Gabriel, Tyler Show. It's a fun time, and so I was excited to get out there and compete.
This is your third All-Star game in a span of 3 weeks. Just take me through this journey you've been on.
Yeah, it's been a pretty fun couple weeks for me down here. Went to College Gridiron Showcase and then Tropical Bowl, and then, you know, got the call to come here. So just been working my way up and getting better each step of the way, so I'm excited to keep going.
So you played at Laurier in Waterloo, Ontario.
This play right here, he getting whacked. I don't know what he did on this. He does not look poised in the pocket. Does not look poised. We need a developmental backup, future starter, I think. You know, if you want that, you got to get it in the draft. Even if you don't believe in somebody, you know, even though a lot of these guys don't look like elite quarterbacks in the future, you know, get the guy that you think that you could make elite in your offense. That's what the Dolphins need to do. I like Kyle McCord from Syracuse. You know, he does look like a top 3 guy for me. Top 3 guy. Milroe is raw talent, makes bad decisions sometimes. You know, but if you think you're a good enough coach to, like, tweak that out of him, so be it. Do it. You know, Mike McDaniel, he might be that coach that could do something with Milroe. He could be. Kyle McCord beat the Hurricanes. Yeah, that's impressive. But I remember that one game he had like 6 interceptions in one game. I remember that game. Good tape on Canadian kid. We need quarterback that plays almost like Josh Allen, straight dogs. But I don't see that in this draft class. I don't see no Josh Allen. I've been looking for him this whole time. This is why I'm even looking at this guy right here from Canada, because none of the top quarterbacks give me that Josh Allen vibe. Give me that Lamar Jackson vibe. Give me that Joe Burrow vibe. I'm not getting that vibe from nobody. I'm getting it a little bit from Cam Moore, but everybody else, no.
just been working my way up and getting better each step of the way, so I'm excited to keep going.
You played at Laurier in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. There's a lot of differences with the Canadian game, including even just the size of the ball. How have you gone about that adjustment?
Yeah, I think that, I spent a lot of time in quarterback country down in Birmingham, Alabama, and worked on some of those, differences in the game, technique, working under center, ball size, 11 guys in the field. It's all different for me, but, it's been fun. I enjoy learning about the game, and I enjoy learning about scheme, so it's been embracing it all.
What about just throwing the ball? How are you kind of feeling your way through that process?
Yeah, I think that is just a thing that once you do it a couple times, you get adjusted to it. I mean, the Duke spin's great.
I didn't know I should talk.
It's just one of those things, just reps.
There's not a lot of Canadian quarterbacks that come in, especially not into this type of a stage
There you
here.
go.
Obviously, a huge opportunity for you here. How do you take advantage of it through the course this week?
Yeah, I just think that, I try and just be me, and get better every single day. I'm not going to be perfect on day one, but if I'm a little bit better day two than I was day one, a little bit better day three than I was day two, I think that's just the plan that I have. Just enjoy this process, get coached up by great coaches, and get better.
Thanks a lot, Taylor.
Awesome. Thank you.
Spend some time.
Yeah, he not it. He not it. He might be it, though. He might be it. I'm gonna search up his name on Google real quick. Search his name up on Google. I'm gonna see what he did at his old college. They got him at 6'5" here. 6'5", 227. Ontario. 2023, 2024 most valuable player. What stats he put up to be the most valuable player? Okay. I don't know which one of these teams are good and bad to know like which one he was supposed to ball out against. But he had pretty good completion percentages. You don't really see 60s like that. You only see 70s, 80s. That's all you see. 88%. He had 2 80s games. 2 80s. Those are probably sorry teams, probably. How much interceptions he had on a year? He had 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's not bad. Not bad from the Canadian, man. If you feel like he the next Josh Allen, take him. See what we can do. But if you don't think there's no potential there, don't take a shot at him. Don't take a shot. Miro could be a goal line or fourth down QB, immediately short yardage guy. Develop his anticipation and touch. He is a physical, gifted, and great character guy. Yeah, that could work. That could work. But once we put Milton in, the team is already going to know what we're going to do. To be honest, they know we're going to run the ball. They know it. Gifted. Let me see. Shout out to my boy Vamos. Appreciate you for pulling up on me. I know everybody else on another stream right now. Everybody streaming at this point. I'm about to cut it off in a little bit. I just went over some of the news. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all can catch me on Thursday with Ice. Me and Ice, we're going to do a little collab. If y'all want to hop on, just pull up on Thursday. It's going to be me and Ice going at it. What else I got for y'all? I just got general stuff. So there's some news in regards to Dallas Wilson, receiver out of Florida. They're saying that he could be the next Jeremiah Smith. 10 receptions, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns at the spring game. Future star. Hey, Gators, we about to win it all this year, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you don't admit to that, y'all hating. Y'all just hating. Y'all just hating. Let's search up Dallas Wilson. He had committed to Oregon, but he flipped his commitment to the Gators right in time. Right in time. I think he's from Tampa Bay, if I'm not mistaken. Tampa Bay Tech. Let me load up Google search real quick. We're going to check out his high school profile. I'm pretty sure he was a 5-star recruit. Definitely a 5-star recruit. Shout out to the head coach, Nate Pierre, bringing them boys in. He was a 4-star recruit, though. 4-star recruit. Yeah, he went to Tampa Bay Tech. Yeah, he should have been a 5-star, but they're saying, like, he at least going to be Ryan Williams from Alabama, you know, but he could have, like, an impact that Jeremiah Smith had. I'm pretty sure he's going to start as a freshman. He's going to start for the Gators as a freshman. So be on the lookout for Dallas Wilson. When you putting up numbers like these in a spring game, come on, man. Come on, man. It's going to get crazy in Florida. You know, DGLivee, he coming back in a few weeks. You know, he's going to start throwing again. So be on the lookout for DGLivee. But Dallas Wilson, we got a weapon. We got Eugene Wilson as well. You know, we got 2 other transfers. You know, our O-line, most of our guys are back. Florida, we're going to be the new Miami in Florida. The new Miami. The Miami of this year is going to be Florida this upcoming year. Cam Moore, DGLivee, pretty much. So if you're a UM fan, come along. You could be a Gators fan for 1 year. You can. Matt Farm said, roll Tide. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all might be good this year, but nah, I love my Gators. Love my Gators. Be on the lookout for us. I'm telling you.
Wilson from Oregon. But they spent a lot of that money on flipping Dallas Wilson from Oregon. They also got Vernell Brown III, who's another receiver from Orlando. But
and we have to
Dallas Wilson is the one they went in on. That's the one they were hoping. And I think I'm not going to compare anybody to Jeremiah Smith because I think that's a one of one. But we can say like Ryan Williams last year. Like if you can get Ryan Williams type production out of Dallas Wilson, which would still be asking a lot, that could be pretty amazing.
I mean, spring game hero usually goes for the walk-on or the guy who's buried on the depth chart that has an awesome game and then disappears into the abyss, not the first spring game from a borderline 5-star prospect who everyone's counting on. Like, I mean, that type of production to me, I think means something. So I don't know if that means he's going to have 1,500 yards receiving this year or he's going to be somebody who has 500. But I think that the notion of Florida could get a big boost if one of their freshman receivers turns out to be a productive player, I think that you probably feel pretty good about the likelihood of Dallas Wilson doing that.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Miami, who they had? They had Restrepo and they had Jacoby George. Now, Florida Gators, we're going to make it happen this year. I'm telling you. Y'all catch me at the Gators versus Hurricanes game. Definitely going to be a late game at Hard Rock. Definitely going to be lit. Here we got some clips of Dallas Wilson at practice. Good cat. I don't know what receiver he reminds me of. You know, 6'3", 220. You know, I can't really pinpoint a receiver. Here's a clip from the spring game. Like a heavier CD Lamb. That's what I'm getting.
The players in the
a heavier CD Lamb.
Here, not only in the players and the coaches, but also in the crowd and the fans.
That's his
And I know
second
you got
touchdown.
like the vibe of wearing the orange and blue again.
That boy got
the
passion.
right colors are back on.
Yes, sir. I finally got, get to put on the colors I love, the colors I grew up enjoying.
That boy got
wearing.
passion.
All right, Keywan, welcome back, man. Great to see you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Sean. Yeah, one of the best to ever do it, running around in that backfield and doing his thing, long NFL career. And
here, not only
Yeah,
in the
Wilson,
players
he
and the
gonna be
coaches,
big
but also
time,
in
man.
the crowd.
He gonna be big time. He definitely gonna be big time. Fins up. The Canes are putting belt to ass. I'm sorry, bro. And we gonna see about that. We gonna see with that quarterback. I don't think so. No cap. The Gators were done since Tim Tebow days. Nah, man. Nah. We had our chances. Kyle Trask when he was over there with Kyle Pitts, Kadarius. We were close. With Trayon Harris. I remember them days. We were close. Jordan Scarlett. We were close this year. I feel like we close again. We at least making it to the playoffs. Minimum. And y'all see what we got right here. Y'all see this talent right here. Y'all see it. Don't just ignore it. Don't ignore this right here. Come on, he looked like a veteran out there. Look, stiff arming people. That boy balling out early, man. He gonna be the next big receiver to come out of Florida. Next big one. Next big one. Right here we have Wilson on another one. Let's check this out. Good route runner. Wait until he a junior. He gonna be amazing. Wait until he a junior. But yeah, shout out to Dallas Wilson. Definitely gonna be one of them one. I don't know what y'all saying, but he definitely gonna be one of them ones, man. We also put in belt the ass to Knowles ass, bro. I don't think so. Knowles, they got a pretty good quarterback this year. They do. We got special receivers at Miami too, bro. I gotta see. I think y'all got Brown still, Sam Brown. I think y'all got Sam Brown. I gotta check out y'all roster one of these days. Gotta check y'all boys out, man. Gotta check y'all boys out. But hey, that's it for today, bro. All the topics that I had, everything I could talk about. Yeah, I gotta check out my last stream to see what I said about Tyreek and all that, the whole situation. Me and Iceman talked about it. So y'all could check that out, my last live stream. And this one, that's it. I don't have nothing else for y'all. I have nothing else. It's all love and respect, DG. It's all love almost. You know how it is over here. All love over here. No hate. No hatred towards nobody. You already know that. Before I end this stream, let me just play this one.
Welcome to
DGE
Merchandise, your one-stop shop for everything you need. Whether you're shopping for yourself or looking for the perfect gift, we've got you covered. Check out DGE Merchandise website for all your latest gear for the National Football League and more. Every sale helps the channel grow to bigger and better things, and we wouldn't be here without your support. Shop with confidence, knowing that we offer top-quality products at unbeatable prices. Ready to find your next favorite product? Visit dgmerchandise.com today and start shopping. We're always here to make your shopping experience easy, fast, and fun.
Y'all heard that. Y'all know what to do, man. Y'all know what to do, but hey, y'all already know what it is. It's DGE, Dolphin Gang Entertainment. It's your boy DG. Y'all help me get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all.